Effectively, how much is this? 11. That is the difference. This is 11. And how much is this? 111. Okay. The importance of this gathering is, inshallah, it is a starting step for us. And I will transfer the mic to my sister, but before that, I want to say a few words of Arabic. A lot of people don't know Arabic, and that's why he's running in this most toughest race in America. He has two very powerful ladies who are opposing him. Alhamdulillah, the debates that happened so far, he has led in the polls. And inshallah, we have an opportunity to have a first member of our community join the city of Fremont as a city council member. It will all be possible if every one of us get involved in his race. He is one of the founding members of ICF Islamic Center of Fremont. His son Abdullah, come just a minute section. The first event of Arlington Masjid was the Fiqh of Abdullah. So if you want to know how old Arlington Masjid is, you can ask me a date and you will know how many years ago founded it. Tariq has been an instrumental, silent worker for our community for a very, very, very long time. Latest, during the COVID, we started to feed the homeless people, and Alhamdulillah, we fed how many thousand meals? 55,000 odd meals were served to the homeless people by an organization. Feed people where people would not want to go to feed somebody else because of COVID. He made pancakes and he made the best pancakes and omelets that you can have. It is a great challenge to feed 55,000 people, homeless people, hot meals at their place. And he led the effort, gathered the funds, gave the money to local businesses and restaurants. The food was collected and it was delivered. So there were many people from the community who were involved in this effort. Give them a big hand. $55,000 meals is about 55,000 meals is not a joke. Especially when you are feeling from your own personal life. This is our life. He is truly an inspiration for us, and we would like everybody to be involved in the campaign for him to win. He will win by 3 votes, inshallah. 3 votes. And that is because if every one of us get involved in helping everyone. And now I would like to welcome my friend Bob Michaels. He will ask you to come and speak. You will continue. Bob Michaels is a senator. He started in the election campaign in 2004, and nobody could pronounce his name. I will repeat this thing. It's not a joke, it's a very serious matter. His name, nobody could pronounce.
Not like Afghan and Pakistani names, Indian names were really easy to pronounce.
So we designed a cap of a cow standing on skis, snow skis. So his name is White Cow Ski. Bob White Cow Ski. Since then, He has been serving us for a very, very long time. We appreciate his services. Local Fremont person, grew up, one of the most brilliant minds that we have. I will call you, if you can take a seat, I will call you to come and speak. I will ask my sister to come and start the program. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Medina. First and foremost, thank you for everybody to join us this evening. This event is for Aisha, for state who's running for state senate, and Autumn who's running for council member for the city of Fremont. And this trip is really important for a few reasons, but one in particular is we need people from our community to stand up for us, to have voice, and to, make changes in our community. So Aisha will, inshallah, be the first African American Muslim in California State Senate. And then inshallah, Mr. Arif will be the first Muslim council member for the city of Fremont. But in order for that to happen, we as a community need to come together within these last few weeks to walk for them, phone meeting for them, put up yard signs in different cities, making sure that people know who they are and people are able to understand what they have been able to do in their communities and be able, and for them to be able to be our voice and bring that change into our cities. So I speak on behalf of Mr. R for the amazing things that he has done for the city of Fremont. He is a resident of Fremont. His kids grew up in Fremont, as well as the last few years, we were able to create a nonprofit organization that feeds the people of need. During COVID, he was able to feed over 10,000 families, and he's continuing to do this every single week. Fremont, we all know that it's really expensive. People are moving out constantly. We need more affordable housing. And somebody like Mr. R can be in the city who can advocate for us and who's able to bring down the home prices so the community is here instead of, I'm hearing friends and families who moved to different cities, down to Tracy or Sacramento. The community is, the way that we used to be so close and tight knit, it's kind of going away. So that's point one. And Aisha has done amazing things. Brought down the homeless rate by 22% in the city of Hayward. We want her to be in Senate to fight for, like Fremont, Union City, Santa Clara, Milpitas, the neighboring cities, to bring the same good. You know how Hayward was? We're all from the Bay Area. Hayward used to be a little bit ghetto, but within the last 3 to 4 years, just drive down Mission. You see how much it has improved. And that's what we want. That also listed a very historical race that I need to point out. And the fact that if every of us and everybody in this room, we get involved and we tell our friends and families to get involved, that is going to be printing history. We have an Afghan Muslim female running and will have the chair of the state senate, and then we have a Muslim male who's a council member for the city of Fremont. Fremont has always been. Once upon a time, we used to have a huge community of Afghans, Indians, and Pakistanis, but becoming expensive, we need people to advocate for us. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. R so he can talk about his plans of what he plans on doing for the city of Fremont.
But I think, I have father 2021. Can you hear me? Yes. So just now, before this meeting, I was discussing with one of the brothers, and Salma is telling that this is the toughest race in the US. I was thinking about the Dr. Mars and discussing a little bit with Jamal, the great guy, who's helping me with this election. So the question is, why the two ladies are so powerful and why we should vote for you? In that class, the question is that. So then I was thinking about that one. The two ladies who is standing, one is intellect. She has a proven record and she can tell you that this is what I did in the last 4 years. And then this is what I'm going to do. Because as an incumbent, she has the advantage. She can say that this is what this is my history and this is my vision. So she can tell and she can influence the voters. By default, people take it as granted. And the second person who is running, she is in politics for 30 years. She ran for city and she lost. And then again, she keep working with the different political leaders. And she's well connected, well funded, and very well connected influenced by special interest groups. Everyone knows that. If you look at the endorsements, that tells you that how what is her strength. She has a lot of marketing budget. So now, why should you vote for me? I'm simple that this is what I tell in every candidate for. I don't have to show anything. I don't have loyalties to anyone. I don't have to walk in your friend. I listen to a different thing. But if you see that special interest group reach is not there. So for me, what is best for Fremont is the first priority. So when you look at it, so how many people got a negative ads on ad shop? Right? Each mailer costs you about $150,000. $150,000. Sometimes you get 3 mailers in one day. That means $1 goes directly into the trade. So anyone that who's going to spend that money without getting return? Unless you do something so is that because you then you will do it. But for political purpose, anyone spends that $100,000, $150,000, why do you think Uber is spending that much money? What is their interest in this? So this is how the US political system works. The special interest groups have more access, more reach to political leaders. So when just now Madina said affordable housing in Fremont, right? Can anyone define what is affordable housing in Fremont? Even Fremont City doesn't know. They think that $1 million home is affordable housing in Fremont. US are telling you that true or false. $1 million home in Fremont is an affordable home. Yes, no, just raise your hands. Of course not. Of course not. Right? So now you go to the builders and you work with the builders, you ask the builders to build these homes and you ask them to give you below market. And they give you say that okay, this is 1.5 million home and I'm giving it to you for 1.2 million. This is affordable. How many people can buy that? Not that many. So these are the things we need to fix at the city. When you go to the city, you have to ask the right question and work with them. We have different ideas, different opinions, different political interests will be there for you. You have to stand up for these things. How many people know about Fremont Navigation Center? 2 people. So that means you guys are not up to date on this. Fremont City spends $100,000 a month on 20 people on average. 20 people live in Fremont Navigation Center, that's a homeless shelter in Fremont. We spend $100,000 on that. It is our taxpayer dollars. Remember this. Nobody is sending the check for this. So people who want to cut the check, they cut the check for building the navigation system. But maintaining that is Fremont, City of Fremont staff. They outsource that work to BACS, Bay Area Community Services. They charge $1.2 for managing that per year. That is an average $100,000 per year, $100,000 per month. For 20 people. If you are the one who is going to make that call, with the right consciousness, do you make that call? Do you agree for that kind of investment? I talked to several people called me their homes, I talked to them, and nobody knows these numbers. And the return on investment, as for the city of Fremont, 66% they say is the return on that investment. How you measure return on investment? So you bring 20 people into the shelter, you coach them for 6 months, you train them for 6 months, and then you place them somewhere that you give them the better house, you find them the job, and then make sure that they are back into the mainstream. So their success rate is 66%. But when you look at the real numbers, the company that is working on those people, they think that once they are out of the shelter, they are done. But the same people will come back into that same shelter after 6 months. Because whatever they did, that did not work out. That is not success rate for me. That's not the way I measure success. When you want to measure the success, you have to have the right metrics. Ask the city that what is the metric you have to measure your success. For them, it all depends on the BACS. Whatever they tell, that is what they'll measure. Their measurement or their metric. They say 66% investment right now, the return on investment. So these are the things. When can we talk about this things? When you are sitting on the table. If you are not on the table, you will be protesting on Maui and Fremont intersection. There is no use. We did, as a member of this community, we did so many protests. What is the use? Any return on the protest? You will never see anything because the decision is already made. So you have to live with it. The same thing with the intersections. Look at Stevenson and Fremont. Not here for this COVID. And I thank COVID for this and thank God for giving me this opportunity to serve the people and the things. So, the reason I'm taking this topic, right, is a very good question. Because as a community, right, we came from India with a lot of baggage. We always think about India. When I talk at home, I talk with mom when I talk about Indian politics. My kids only look at Indian politics. I never watch CBC and never watch Fox. I watch Telugu movies, for fun. And then after that, that's it, and what are some business idea? That's it. So think about this. This is how we raise our kids. I ask my kids, last 2.5 years, ask my kids, I ask them to comment what's the thing. because it was too late. They are already 40s. Their participation, is going to take another 30 years for them to realize what my dad told me when I was 20. So we don't want that for our younger generation. Our younger generation should be participating more. They should be asking more questions about US, not about India, not about Pakistan, not about Saudi Arabia. They come later. When they are in the right position, then they can ask the question. Right now, the question should be about Sriman. What is that? We make sure that Sriman is set for all of us, then we can talk about other things. Just think about these things, and I hope I don't want to take too much time. I can talk for hours. We spend 2 hours just on topic question. So, please come and talk to people and explain them why it is very important to participate. Thank you, everyone.
So, Mr. Bob, he is our current state senate member, and so he's going to come up here and he's going to introduce Aisha. I don't want to take too much in.
So we have 20 days until this election, okay? And if we just worry about the Muslim turnout and who's going to vote for Arif and Aisha, we lose. Just so everybody understands, we don't have a chance. I left the Democratic headquarters on Capitol, and young people were sitting in there texting registered voters to contact them to say, vote for our slate of Democratic candidates, right? You need to do that. You need to copycat that and let your friends, they're non-Muslim friends. I mean, I'm expecting everybody here is going to vote for Aisha and Arif. I mean, you wouldn't be here to say, what's the plan with homelessness? You know that they're good people. They're going to get into these positions. But what you have to do is decide your comfort zone, your group. I always tell, every Indian and every Chinese candidate, stop talking to Muslims and Indians and Chinese. Talk to other people and let them know that, yes, I'm a candidate for the state senate. I'm a Muslim Afghan woman, but I'm American first, and I'm going to represent all the people. Very proudly, going to be, the first elected, Afghan Muslim woman in the state senate. I think he was the first Polish man elected. Right? So this is all about turnout. What politicians get crazy about right now is what is going to push people to come out. What's going to make people come out for the city council races to vote? What's going to make people to vote to replace Bob Wachowski, if they even know that Bob Wachowski's your state senator? And the answer is you. You're the people that are going to contact your friends and family to vote. I mean, that it's as simple as that. We know we have the formula. We know we have the right candidates, and we will win if we just execute our plan. It's painful. I mean, I was talking yesterday for Aisha because they think it's a good idea for the senator to knock on your door and say, hi, I'm the senator. People have no idea who I am. And I explained it, I'm the senator, and then I want you to vote for Aisha to replace you. So my plea to you is thank you for supporting these two candidates. Money is always good, everybody wants money, but everybody has their phone to make sure that, I guess you feel comfortable about that. It's a private thing. Who people vote for is a private thing, and you say, no, I am supporting Arif and Aisha, and I want you to vote for them. I want to tell my friends, my co-workers that live in this jurisdiction, I want you to vote for them. That's how you win. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. It is uncomfortable. It's 20 days to make a difference, to push people, especially the people that we have to get. People from your community, I don't know if I'm going to vote, I don't want to turn in. Have a cup of tea, sit down with them at the counter and in their kitchen and help them go through the petition. Go through all the judges. All the judges are okay. The people are looking at 35 judges there, how many judges together? If the judge was bad, you would know. I would be telling you right now, this judge is bad, don't vote for this judge. They're all good. Let them serve another 10 years. I want to thank all of you who voted for me, or thought that you voted for me, or think that I'm good. And you're glad that I've been in the Senate. It's been a pleasure to represent Fremont and the whole Tri-City area. And the record will show that I've been a very effective senator. Aisha is going to leave me in the dust. She is going to build on everything that I have done, ADUs, affordable housing. She's going to take, people say I am a brave person, that I stand up, when I didn't vote for a Palestinian 70th birthday or something like that because they just attacked, the Israeli birthday, because they just attacked Palestinians. People, I'm a white guy. I know who I am. I'm a white guy, but I said, this is not right. I didn't get some human rights award, but I told my Jewish friends, this is not the right thing to do. You can't have Ben Netanyahu attacking people and then say we want to celebrate our rich history. It's a shameful time. And that's just a little bit of the courage that I have. Aisha Wahab has much more courage to challenge people, much more courage to make each and every one of you proud that not only she's your representative in this California State Senate, but she's part of elected representatives of the state of California. And she's going to be a beacon of hope for all people, all ordinary people that want to find out that this kid from Boston can actually go on and get elected to the state senate. So what we're going to do, tell your friends, make sure they vote, make sure that they vote. Ladies and gentlemen, the next senator of the state of California.
Thank you, Senator. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys being here today. I want to thank the Sadiq family for hosting us, right, and having the opportunity to meet and greet the candidates that are running. I will say that, again, my name is Aisha Wahab. I'm running for state senate. I am a Hayward City Council member, and I'm very proud to be the only candidate endorsed by the Democratic Party, as well as the Sierra Club, as well as our very own Senator Bob McDusty. So thank you. And I think Bob says it best. One of the things that many people say is that we do need to take a look at what we're doing in the United States, right? So I was very fortunate to be born in the United States, and I always tell a lot of different ethnic communities, the Bay Area is very diverse, that we have to start thinking about our chapter 2 in American history, right? Many of us come from different countries, right? Many of you guys have been immigrants. My parents were immigrants and so much more. And the honest truth is that the main focus is making sure you have a home, making sure there's food on the table, making sure your kids have a good education, and making sure that you preserve somewhat of your culture, your identity, and your background. Those are all good things. All things that most Americans have gone through, including our Polish friends, right? But at the same time, we now need to turn the page to chapter 2. What does that mean? That means making sure our youth are in positions like being an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, an actor, a creative person, an artist, whatever the case may be, right? But then also in elected office. Because if we do not have representatives that truly understand our culture, our background, our problems, you will not have a representative that helps you solve them. right? So I think Bettina stated it earlier. In Hayward, I ran because I do believe in housing at all income levels. As Audit just said, my family was priced out of the Fremont area because housing costs so much, right? And we moved to Hayward, and Hayward is one of the last places we moved to in the Bay Area before you decide to move to Tracy or Mountain House, or I'm sure many of you guys have family members that have moved out there. And when I ran for Hayward City Council, saying that housing at all income levels, I truly believe it. And in 3 years, my policies have reduced the homeless population by 22%. No other city like that. And in fact, last night, we just approved another 2 projects. One that is slated for senior housing, affordable senior housing, 62 and up, right? As well as another housing units specifically for low income individuals. We need to be able to build affordable housing. And in Fremont, my opponent has built 330% market rate or above market rate housing. They're not building it for us, right? In those same 3 years that I dropped it by 22%, Fremont's homeless population went up by 68%. And in their tenure, over 114%. Why? Because policies do matter. And it's the policymakers that focus on the issues that matter to us. So, we were one of the first cities alongside Assemblymember Bill Burke, who introduced Muslim Appreciation Month in the capital. We also introduced it in Fremont last night, right? We introduced it in Hayward a couple of years ago, with of Care and many other organizations. We also introduced Sikh American Appreciation Month, as well as many other communities. Because we are not just one group of people, as Bob said. We are as a collective, we are literally what makes the United States of America one of the greatest countries in the world, right? People come and live here and decide to move to this country because of hope, opportunity, dignity, respect, and justice. And I'm very proud to say that even in Hayward, when we had a lot of different things going on, I pushed for an independent investigation of officer-involved shootings that resulted in death. I pushed that all our mental health and homeless calls go to our paramedics. Because when your family members call 911, and if many of your family members don't speak English, and they're having breathing problems, chest pains, you don't want that interpreted where they lose their life. You want to make sure that a paramedic, somebody that can handle health problems, can address the situation. And our 911 calls in Hayward, 61% is healthcare related, not crime related. And again, how many of us have seen an elder in our community members call 911 because somebody fell down, somebody's chest is hurting, they can't breathe? Those are the smart policies we want to adjust and make sure that everybody's safe when they're calling 911. We also made sure that during the economic divide, as many of you guys know, everybody that's coming to this country, they come with different baggage, as what I've said, right? Some are refugees, like many of the Afghan community members, even the new arrivals. Some are very wealthy, come here for business reasons. Some come as students. So that playing field is not even. And in Hayward, we had, when COVID struck, I made sure that everybody can keep a roof over their head. I was the first to introduce in this entire county an anti-Asian hate proclamation. Because we knew our community members that were Asian were getting targeted. Our mayor didn't think it was a problem. She told me she doesn't want to do it in Hayward, there's no problem with Asian hate. I said, Mayor, with all due respect, there truly is. And that happened within a couple of weeks of COVID. I also made sure that when we introduced the policy to make sure that people have housing, that was adopted by our supervisor, Uma Chan, for the entire county. We push innovative policies, smart policies, policies that are supported by our community in Hayward. We were the first to have a homeless navigation center, Fremont followed. But we have security, we have reduced our homeless population, and we have housing at now 88% of everybody. We were the first to have a COVID testing site within weeks of the shelter-in-place order for free for the community. Fremont followed suit. We are leaders, and it doesn't matter what we look like. It matters what we care about and how hard we're working for it. So I really want to commend everybody that's here. You guys are doing the first step in getting activated, listening to us, learning about us. But as Bob says, we can't do anything without you guys voting, without you guys telling your community members to vote, without you guys putting up yard signs, helping us, because we want the community to be seen as one community, and we need to win as one community. So I thank you guys for being here, and hopefully victory. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. Oh, Aisha, go. Oh, Aisha. Nothing happens until and unless you guys. Did everybody eat? Mr. Q? Still eat. Aisha needs $100,000 per month. Win this election. The mailing cost is how much? Arvind?
150,000 for Aisha. That take of this on my calculations. In plan.
So without money, nothing can happen. So if everybody who is here, please think, donate, think of your grandkids' future. There are two girls who went to UC Berkeley right here. Can you please stand up? Both of you. Please. Go ahead. Stand up. One is which university did you go to?
Santa Barbara.
UC Neha, he works for Facebook as a program manager. Born in Fremont, both of them grew up in Fremont. They can be thousands kids like them. We got to support them. We got to do these things. Okay? Give them a big hand. And then, where did you go to University of Illinois?
Madras.
Madras. So the question now is on a very serious note. Every Madrasi, my mother was a Madrasi. Every Madrasi has to contribute, everybody has to contribute and work. Okay? Without actually, I remember when he in 2004 his first victory, we worked for him, and I have a picture. Today he's one of the most respected senators. He's sitting amongst us. For 18 years we have worked with him, non-stop, with nothing in return of getting anything back, because he's a guy who actually means what he says. With all the policies that he has done, if you study, 10 housing bills were passed this year. So will all of you contribute tonight, inshallah? Will all of you make an effort to work for these two candidates, inshallah? Victory has many fathers. Victory has many fathers. Defeat is an orphan. Defeat is an orphan. So we are going to win. And thank you, Jamal, Mr. Jamal, Madina, Nadina, and everybody who came. Thank you both for coming. We really appreciate it. Give him a big hand. thank you, everyone. Would you like to say a few words? Open, she says, open your pocket. Okay, I was thinking of just opening your pocket. Okay, so everybody in Kalapara will donate something tonight for the two candidates. I have your word that we will help in putting up the signs. We need, for Aisha, we need signs in Fremont. Peters, and the class. Dance are going to win, inshallah. God help. It will help. All those who would like to help raise their hands. Okay. Thank you very much. We are going to have one event which this hall should be full of people all working together. It is our victory. It is our efforts. Winner has many partners. Defeat is a draw. Oh, I come. Give him a break for 2 years. You can't wait for me. Now the ladies.